Have you ever had a moment where the world around you seemed perfectly normal, but your gut was screaming that you were in terrible danger? Before you find out how a quiet grocery run became a high-stakes game of survival, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on. The story you're about to hear will stay with you long after it's over. The cereal aisle was my sanctuary, a quiet moment in a quiet Sunday morning. Then a small hand grabbed my arm and the world tilted. I looked down into the terrified eyes of a little girl no older than 8. "My mom says, pretend you know us," she whispered, her voice a tiny, desperate plea. "Please." I froze, my mind scrambling to catch up. She leaned closer, her next words a shard of ice in my veins. "That man is following us." My head turned slowly, mechanically. Halfway down the aisle, a man in a nondescript jacket was pretending to compare snack bars, but he wasn't looking at the boxes. He was looking at us. And in that instant, I recognized his face from a news report, a predator known to police hiding in plain sight. My ordinary Sunday grocery trip had just become a life or death encounter. My name is Aya Brooks, and what happened next is a chilling reminder that the line between safety and danger is thinner than you could ever imagine. My day had started with the mundane comfort of routine. A call with my mom, who warned me to stay aware, a joke from my police officer brother Jason about my diet of frozen meals. The grocery store was a portrait of suburban peace. Families with carts, couples debating dinner plans, the soft hum of fluorescent lights. I'd seen the man earlier, a motionless figure by the dairy section, his stillness a dissonant note in the store's gentle rhythm. I'd brushed it off. I'd seen the mother and daughter too, the little girl pointing at a toy, the mother's smile a mixture of love and exhaustion. They were just part of the scenery. Until they weren't. Until that small, trembling hand wrapped around my arm and pulled me from my bubble of blissful ignorance. The little girl's grip was an anchor, holding me to the terrifying reality of the moment. I knelt down, forcing a calm I didn't feel into my voice. Before I could speak, her mother rushed over, her face a mask of frantic composure. "Please," she whispered, her voice cracking. "He's been following us for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Not a coincidence, a hunt." I forced a bright, loud smile. "There you are, I was just looking for you." The mother played along, relief flickering in her eyes. "Sorry, we got distracted." To the outside world, we were 3 friends reuniting, but in our tiny, terrified circle, the air was thick with a predator's intent. I shifted my body, creating a physical barrier between the girl and the man down the aisle. I let my eyes meet his. He didn't look away. He didn't flinch. There was no surprise, no shame, just a cold, flat recognition. He had been seen, and he didn't care. My stomach plummeted. This was not a man who was afraid of being caught. "He followed us from the parking lot," the mother whispered. "He hasn't picked up a single item. He just watches." I pulled out my phone, pretending to check my list. My fingers flew, a desperate SOS to my brother. Emergency. Man following mom and child in grocery store. Call police. His reply was instant. "Stay visible. Do not confront. Dispatch alerted." "Let's go grab some snacks," I said cheerfully, my voice a jarring contrapoint to the terror coiling in my gut. We moved, our carts a makeshift barricade, my eyes tracking the man's reflection in freezer doors and polished metal shelves. He mirrored our every move, a silent, patient shark in the placid waters of the grocery store. The little girl's whisper was almost inaudible. "He smiled at me outside. It scared me." My throat tightened. We reached the front of the store, the bright lights and bustling checkout lanes, a flimsy shield. The man's pace changed. No more drifting. He was walking towards us, his approach direct and confident. He was done waiting. This is the moment the game changes. The predator is closing in. If your heart is pounding, smash that like button and tell me in the comments, what would you have done next? The security guard intercepted him just as he was closing in, stepping directly into his path. "Sir, we need to speak with you," the guard said, his voice firm. The man's jaw tightened. His eyes, cold and calculating, flickered from the guard to us. It was a look of pure predatory annoyance at having his hunt interrupted. Then the authoritative call from the entrance. "Police, hands where I can see them." Relief hit me so hard my knees nearly buckled. As two officers calmly and professionally took him into custody, he turned his head and gave the mother and her daughter one last chilling look. It wasn't a look of defeat. It was a promise. This isn't over. The officer's words later confirmed my deepest fears. He said, his face grim, "We recognize him. He's under investigation in multiple jurisdictions. You probably saved that child from something terrible today." Sarah, the mother, pulled her daughter into a bone-crushing hug, tears of relief finally streaming down her face. And then the little girl, whose name I never learned, stepped forward and wrapped her tiny arms around me. "Thank you," she whispered. Those two words were a gut punch. Not of heroism, but of a profound shared humanity. A child had trusted her voice, a mother had trusted her instinct, and a stranger had decided not to look away. That day in aisle 6, I learned that danger doesn't always roar. Sometimes it walks silently behind you, waiting. But courage can be quiet too. It can be a whispered plea for help. It can be a stranger stepping forward. It can be the simple, powerful act of refusing to let the darkness win. Have you ever had to trust a complete stranger in a scary situation? It's a moment that can redefine your faith in humanity. Share your story in the comments below, and if you believe in the power of awareness and looking out for one another, subscribe for more stories that remind us of the strength we have when we stand together.